All right, guys, welcome back to Mike's Life Live Neat. Tonight I've got old Granddad single barrel. It's been a bunch of reviews on this. I thought it was pretty good, and I'd pretty much given up on finding it. It's a limited release, and I went into my local Shores Liquor there, and they had it. So I went in and picked up a bottle. I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't much. It was pretty reasonable. So I have had a little bit of it, as you can tell, and it was pretty good. So we're going to talk about it a little bit tonight. Um, I'm enjoying it with this friend of mine gave me this Blackened M81. I think I've had one of these a long time ago. I just don't remember. But um, anyway, he loves them. One of his favorites. So he brought me one of these, and we'll see what happens. So go ahead and cut it and light it, and see how it is. Um, this is a Drew Estate cigar. It's a collaboration between one of the Metallica band members, James Hetfield, and got a few notes down here because I can't remember all this stuff, and the Blackened Master Distiller Rob Dietrich. So a lot of times, as I said before, some of these celebrity cigars and even whiskeys I'm always suspect. Um, but some of them are pretty good. Like I like that Guy Fieri knuckle sandwich line. Those are pretty good. I don't know if you've had those, but I would definitely give those a try. I've had pretty much all of them. They've all been pretty good. And if what I remember, I like this, but it just has been so long since I had it. So thought I'd give it a try tonight. See what we got. Yeah, there we go. Um, this has got it's a all Maduro cigar, which I usually like. It's a little firm to squeeze it, so we'll see how the draw is. Well, seems pretty good, putting out a lot of smoke. I've had this for quite a while, so hope it should be good. I like my cigars a little drier. A lot of people have that they preferences. I keep mine 65% humidity, and especially at the end, I've got several humidors, and I got a small desktop one, and that stays a little more dry. And usually that's where I stage the ones I'm going to smoke soon, so it works out good. Draw is a little tight, but not bad. Not bad. Like I said, this is a Blackened M81. All Maduro, the San Andreas wrapper. It's got a Connecticut Maduro binder, and filler is Nicaraguan and Pennsylvania broadleaf. Like I said, it's Drew Estate. A lot of Drew Estate stuff's pretty good. I've liked it. So far I would say this one in particular, the draws a little bit tight, but not too bad, but putting out a lot of smoke, so that's good. And so far I got a pretty even burn line. Still early, but we will see. Man. So, and then we'll get into this old Granddad 114 single barrel. Of course, we've all had the old Granddad 114. Most people like it. It is a high rye, so it's a little spicy. Some people like rye, some people don't. I do. And oddly enough, we went to that Jack Daniels distillery, and we had to I paid for the nicer tasting, and my wife and I, and she's not a big bourbon drinker or whiskey drinker even, but she sure liked uh, the barrel proof rye of all those Jack Daniels. It's kind of funny. So anyway, I like rye whiskeys, most of them anyway. A little bit of spice is pretty good, which is weird because I'm not into spicy foods, but I like my drinks a little bit spicy, I suppose. But this cigar, it's a little bit like coffee, like espresso, typical Maduro, but a little, to me, a little sweet compared to, not like it's a infused or sweetened cigar, but just got a little more sweetened flavor than some Maduros have, in my opinion, on this. Just a little bit of chocolate. Pretty good if you like that kind of thing. We'll see how it does. And we'll keep puffing on it. You know, today it was kind of funny. uh, it's been many years since I worked the street in patrol. Many years, probably. I left patrol literally in, I think, June of 1998, and went to the detective division, and I've been in some kind of investigative unit or capacity ever since, and now I'm in a supervisory role. But I say all that to say is I haven't had a lot of dealings with folks on the street. I guess my last 5 years dealing with the prostitution and human trafficking at JSO, I dealt with a lot of folks like that. But today, one of my lieutenants and I went to lunch, and we came back, and I was backing into the parking spot, and these two black females walked by, and he said, well, you know, I've seen them walk through this parking lot a lot, and where our office is, there's a bunch of social services, so that's not unusual, really. And one of them waved at me when she went by. It was a younger one and one that was, I say older, she's probably my age, and one that looked like she was maybe 25 or 30. They looked normal walking by. You really couldn't tell nothing about them. And I figured, well, why would this chick wave at me? But you can see I got an unmarked car. It's black. It looks like a cop car, it's SUV. But you can see the lights up, you know, along the top of the window, and it's got some in the back. You know, but anyway, she was looking straight at through the front windshield, and she probably saw the lights. She waved. Didn't think nothing of it. I went upstairs, was working on my computer. He had went up and come down like an hour later, and he calls me, and he's on light duty because of an injury, and he was down there on the phone with his wife and somebody in the parking lot, and he calls me and he goes, hey Cap, those two girls are back, and they're over there taking pictures of our cars in the cage over there. We got our spare cars in a fenced off area, and they're all unmarked. We don't have any marked cars. And a lot of times, like, you'll see people do that. They'll take, you know, drug dealers, and you know, people will take pictures of police cars thinking they're going to recognize you if you come back, which we don't even do any of that stuff, so it didn't really matter. But he's like, and you never know nowadays. So I said, all right, I'll be down in a minute. So I come down, and he points, they're over there. I can't come over there because and he is. I mean, he's injured pretty bad. So I said, all right, so I'll go over there. And by that time, they had made it out to the main road and started heading towards the big 4-lane road. And so I pull out there, and I kind of pulled in front of him and turn on the lights on my car, which I don't know if I've ever even done that in my car. And stopped kind of in the street. It's kind of a side street, not a whole lot of traffic, but I wanted to kind of get in front of him. And I just get out, I pull up my shirt because I wear, you know, I wear my gun and badge concealed, and said, hey, you got some people nervous over there. What's going on? They said you was taking pictures. And The one gal, the younger one, was just steady mumbling. And then you're wondering, are they screwing with me? But and pretty quickly I realized they had some mental issues. And the younger one didn't. She just mumbled the whole time. It was the weirdest thing, almost creepy, like a zombie. It was freaking weird. But obviously, I was out there probably 30 minutes with them, 20 minutes, just talking to them, and it was clear that was not fake. She nonstop mumbled the whole time, just mumbled, and wouldn't make eye contact, was just kind of staring off. Like I said, it was almost a little creepy, like she was some kind of friggin' zombie or something. Not threatening in any way, but just it was weird. And then I was talking to the older one, and she went into this story. She went over to some office over there where they usually sign her up for some money or give her money. I don't know even what it is, but I know we have a lot of those places in that office complex. So for whatever reason, they wouldn't give her any money, and it sounds like they threw her out of the building. And she said she knew one of them, and I'm like, well, why were you taking pictures? And she said, well, I knew the one lady, and I just wanted to take a picture of her car, and really couldn't really answer why she took pictures. She goes, I didn't know if these were their cars too, which clearly they're not. But the more I talked to her, the more I realized that she was just a full-blown nut. Um, and they were 100% homeless. If you've dealt with folks like that, the smell. They clearly were not, Mexican cartel drug dealers or anything like that. Um, they were clearly homeless, and they were heading back to the bus stop. And I'm never coming back over here. They treated me so bad, and I kind of felt bad for her. I don't know the whole story. I'm sure there's more to it, but in the end, she's like, I don't have enough. I got either I can get on the bus or we can go get a drink. And it was hot today, hot as heck. It was 96 degrees when I was talking to him. So after about the time I was done, I realized there's no reason to be worried about what they were doing. They were just crazy. I kind of felt bad for them, so I gave the lady. I said, well, here's $10. Go get y'all something to drink. Right up the street was a Speedway, and then get on the bus and go back to wherever you need to go. There's no reason to be ugly to people like that. They, however they got in that predicament, I don't know, and not really none of my business. But I think in my younger days, I would not have been as nice to them. But it's funny how you age and you just kind of you realize people are in some bad spots, and whether it's their fault or not, here we are, kind of thing. And there's no reason to be ugly to them. It's just it is what it is. She was very nice to me, and was not ugly to me or confrontational. Just kind of telling about what happened to her, and so clearly this young lady, I don't know if it was her daughter or a friend or what. I think it was probably her daughter, I would think, but because of the age. But clearly something was bad wrong with her, and they were in a bad way. So I did what I could. I'm very blessed to be in the position I'm in, and I don't go around handing out money to people. I don't stop at the stop sign and hand out money to bums panhandling. That's pisses me off when people do that. But she sat there, told me her story. Clearly they had some issues, so I did what I did, right or wrong. I did it. You have to have some compassion in this world sometimes. I mean, I'm sure there's some screwed up things in her life that she's done or partaken in or done, whatever, but I don't know. At this point, I don't really care. But I say all that to say is it was kind of a weird, haven't done that in many years. I've been in that because of the nature of my job. the agency I work for, especially now being a upper level supervisor, you know, you really don't do that kind of stuff too much. And, you know, kind of brought back some memories, you know, standing out in the street talking. As crazy as it sounds, you know, it's, if you're in this line of work, you know what I'm talking about. It was interesting. It was interesting. I don't want to go back to doing that every day, but um, I enjoyed it. And it's funny doing things like that with the knowledge that you have at this age gives you a different perspective on people and how to talk to them and deal with them and be a little more patient with them. I don't know. I didn't script any of this today. It just shit happened, and I just was thinking, hey, I might talk about that tonight. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to them ladies, or the one lady anyway, and I'm glad I could help them. What they did with that $10, I don't know. They didn't appear to be on drugs or anything like that. They just on hard times and probably some mental issues, but there was no sign of them being on any kind of drugs. I'd be aware of that for sure. I've had a lot of dealings with people on crack, heroin, all that kind of stuff. No, you know, they pick their skin. None of that. Just homeless and a little nutty to me. But anyway, I hope they're okay tonight. I don't know what else to say. But I'm off for the next, I guess, through next Wednesday from work. We're going up to see my dad, the whole family, my 3 children. They're all adults, but my son, who's a police officer, my middle daughter, and my oldest. She's got the 2 grandkids, her husband, my wife, and I. We're all going up to see my dad. We hadn't all been on a vacation in a long time, so that's going to be fun. He lives up in North Georgia mountains, and man, I wish I could see him more than I do. But, you know, it's no excuse, but just got so much shit going on between work and the family here. I don't have time to go up there as much as I'd like. I understand why he didn't. You know, when he retired, him and my mom moved up there because it is beautiful and they've always wanted to be there. And she passed away, and I kind of thought he would come back, but he likes it up there and he doesn't want to, which I get. But on the flip side, I wish he was here because I'd like to be closer to him than I am. But he's happy, so and that's what I want for him. I want him to be happy, so that's what he wants to do. So I'll do what I got to do. But another reason I should be retiring so I could spend more time going up to visit him, because one day I won't be able to, you know. Just like you always think they're going to be there, but I don't see him very much. And sometimes when I do see him again, I could see, you know, his age kind of, you know, he's always been such a strong man, you know. And here the last few times I've seen him, I see where he's gotten a little older. He's still sharp, doesn't have any issues like that. He's actually in very good shape. I don't think he's on any medication. You know, he's pretty stout, but you know, as we all do, that old age catches father time, gets all of us. But I'm looking forward to that. It's beautiful up there. Saturday we're all going to go to a local distillery in the area. Looking forward to that, and it's going to be a good weekend. And it's funny, I rented a car to go up there because I've got an old ass truck, a 2013 F-150 F x4, and it'll make it up there, but you know, it's probably not the best idea to drive that joker up there. My wife's got that little Bronco, but which is a decent car, but my son's riding with us and it's just too small. So I went up to rent a car, and they were going to give me a brand new Pathfinder. which is funny. It's the same car they gave me for work. The same exact car, different. It was light gray, and I drive a black truck, black one. And he goes, I said, which one is it? He said, that Pathfinder. Oh, that's funny. That's the same car I got right here. And he goes, unless you want the Jeep. I said, what kind of, and I'm a Jeep guy, as you know. So I said, what kind of Jeep? He goes, this Rubicon right here. I said, a Rubicon? I said, hell yeah, I'll take that. So I'm got kicking around buying a Gladiator before I retire, a truck, because I got to have a truck, and my wife wants to go back to a two-door Jeep when the grandkids get a little bigger. So I said, well, let me drive this brand new Rubicon. I mean, it's beautiful, 4-door, hard top. So we're going to take that up there and see how that does. I'm looking forward to that. And just kind of lucked into it, and turns out the guy is a young fella, but he's a Jeep guy too. So we got talking Jeeps, and his dad's got a Gladiator and loves it. And so pretty good day. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll try to make a video from up there. My dad he's overlooking a national forest. He's got a beautiful view off his deck. Great for cigar smoking. He does not smoke cigars, but he doesn't mind when I do. He'll sit out here on the porch with me. So we'll see. I'll try to make a video or take some video up there and post it. But looking forward to it, guys. Anyway, this old Granddad 114 single barrel, it's much better. I mean, I like the old Grandad 114, but if you could find this bottle and you like rye whiskey or like the old Grandad line, get you this bottle. It wasn't that much. God, I wish I could remember how much it was. I thought it was going to be, because it's a limited release, and I haven't seen it anywhere. I've seen a lot of reviews, but I've never seen it in a store. And I just happened to go, and I asked the lady, I said, I didn't know y'all were getting that. And she goes, yeah, some guy came in and actually requested we get a case of it. And he bought him a couple, and that's what's left over there. And I said, well, shit. I said, okay, well, I'll tell you, I need a case of something next time. I didn't know y'all did that. And so anyway, I didn't want to buy more than one, and I'm guessing they're probably gone by now because they're hard to find, but this is a buy again if I see it. Like I said, I've seen a bunch of reviews on YouTube, and they've all been pretty positive. So I give it a try, and not disappointed, guys. Typical rye whiskey, a little sweet. Just it's like the 114, but turned up a notch quite a bit. You won't be disappointed. So get you a bottle of that if you see it. And so far, this cigar is pretty good. I've touched it up, but that's because I'm neurotic. But honestly, if I'd have left it alone, it'd have been fine. I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty good. It's a beautiful cigar if you like Maduros, man. It's got a beautiful wrapper. And again, I'm always suspect of gimmicky stuff, but I say that, but so far, most of them I've liked the Knuckle Sandwich line. I like that Angel Envy Distillery cigar that Eddie bought me last week, I think, or the Monday video I posted. And this thing here, I've got a Buffalo Trace cigar somebody bought me. I'm gonna give that a try too here. I'll smoke it on here one day. But anyway, I don't want to make this too long. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm trying to figure things out. I changed my thumbnail some. I hope you like those better. I definitely think they look better. I'm trying to figure out what works and what y'all like. I try to put out a little something other than just the review, a little something to go with it, a story or some, I don't want to call it advice because I'm just learning. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but just a little something for us to think about, because I think there's a lot of people my age, and you're kind of, you know, you're looking back at your life going, how I feel like I'm 25 and, you know, in my mind, but I'm clearly not, you know, in my body and my energy and things like that. Even though I take care of myself pretty, you know, pretty good and all that, I just, it ain't the same. It ain't the same at all. So, and we try to, went down the wrong pipe. We trying to figure things out as we get towards the end. What do we want to get in? What do we want to leave out? Because we're getting to the nitty gritty here. You're down to, at least for me, I feel like if I'm lucky, I have 20 years left. So I've been saying that for a long time, and I'll be 56 in September. 20 years, I'll be 76, and I'll be honest with you, I'll be lucky if I make that. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you like what I'm doing. I got some new subscribers, and appreciate it. And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. Please comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. And I appreciate it. This cigar, it's pretty good. The it's pretty consistent. It's still, I'm into the second, third now, and I feel like it's the same as the first. Really, it's again, that a little chocolatey. I say that people go, chocolate. How is that? I don't know. I'm just telling you what I taste. I know if I like it. I know if I don't, and I like it. I don't know why I never bought another one of these, but I'll definitely be adding these to the rotation. Um, so if you see these somewhere, they have them in a lot of stores. You definitely can get singles online, or a 5-pack. Um, give it a try. You can find them on sale. This one, I don't know how long he had it. I've had it several months, and so it's good and dry. And like I said, I like them dry. Some people don't, but I think they burn better, and I think they taste better, in my opinion. But that's just me. But anyway, hey, you guys have a good evening. We're going to be getting up early to head north tomorrow, and hopefully get some cooler weather. It's hot as heck out here right now. Good for the pool, but not good for these late night videos because it's friggin' humid. But hey, looking forward to it. And you guys have a good evening and have a great weekend. And let me know what you think. Have you tried this? Have you tried this old Granddad? I might try this side by side with the regular old Granddad on one of these and see what we get. Because I haven't had the old Granddad, the regular. I've got a bottle in there, but I haven't had it in a long time, probably 6 months or more. Just in the back of the cabinet, so I just haven't pulled it out. But I might grab it and try it on another video. Anyway, you guys have a good night and stay safe.